When you look outside your window, you'll notice that there aren't half as many people as there used to be just a few weeks ago. Once the populated city of New York that never used to sleep has now turned into a place where even shops are forced to close down for a while. This is because of the current scenario of the world, which has forced people to either go into self-isolation or a quarantine. It's weird that whenever we used to come home from school, university, or work, we always wanted some time to ourselves sitting at home and just relaxing. On a regular day, we would want to stay at home, sleep until late, and probably want to catch up on all the shows we haven't been watching or following as frequently as we used to. But now, since the option of leaving your house is simply cut off, we all feel the urge of leaving our houses simply because we've been given the instruction not to. People are now more active on Netflix, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook than ever because they need to find different platforms and things to do to help them kill time. But rather than complaining and finding ways to kill time, why don't we actually look at the positive side of things? This is actually the perfect time to start working on self-development. Working on things you never got time to work on earlier simply because of your busy schedule. Remember that although we are in this scenario, time is still precious, so don't misuse it. There are a few things I started doing while I was sitting at home in self-isolation. Maybe after this video, you can get some ideas as well to what you can do to improve your everyday schedule. At least just for a couple of weeks. In the morning, I wake up at around 8:30 or 9 a.m. Nothing crazy early because I know that I don't have any other commitments for this time frame. Hence, I practically have the entire day to myself. Now from here, I can decide to either continue being lazy and tell myself that because of self-isolation, I cannot get any work done. Or I would start working on something I never thought I would get time to work on. Here's a small list of things you could start working on over these next couple of weeks. With the scenario right now, as I mentioned earlier in this video, most of the users around the world have nothing else to do but to access different social media platforms. This can give you the additional boost of listeners you have always been looking for and might be the best idea to kickstart a podcast channel. Now, since you have all the time in the world, setting aside a few minutes to meditate can be very helpful. If you're feeling stressed out about anything, simply by meditating for a few minutes, you will feel much lighter and you'll have a clearer mindset towards what has to be done and what can wait for a bit. This can also help you stay more focused on your tasks and prevent you from procrastinating as much as you did before. This one, I highly recommend. If you've never made a short film before, this is probably your time to shine. As a filmmaking student, I'm not gonna lie, you will get a lot of ideas which will ask you to go outdoors and shoot stuff. But let's be real, if you haven't done it on a regular day yet, you're most likely never gonna do it. Just get any working camera in your house, even a phone is perfect, and start shooting something. Maybe you have a script that you want to work towards, or maybe you just want to record your daily routine. Anything is good as long as you get going with some or the other idea. Remember, it doesn't have to be Quentin Tarantino material, it can literally be anything. Definitely is not as easy as it sounds, but it's definitely rewarding once you get flowing with your ideas. This blog can literally be about anything. It could be about the coronavirus, or it could be anything from chess to cheese. Write about the things that interest you because remember, there are tons of people out there who share the same interests as you do. Again, don't overthink it, just go for it. There are plenty of websites and apps out there such as Duolingo, through which you can learn the basics of a new language just over a couple of weeks. And that too at the comfort of sitting in your own home. These apps also have a mini test after a couple of sessions to show you how well you're progressing, and it'll show you a list of things that you still need to improve on. Although you might not see a point in learning a new language because you live in a country that doesn't speak that language, always remember that if there is any instance you might be stuck up in a foreign country, at least you will know the basics to communicate with the local person. It's always an advantage. For people like myself who hate reading novels and rather prefer more visual things, this is the perfect time to explore your genre. Let me tell you something. TV shows and films only show you what the director wants to show you, but by reading a novel, you can boost up your creativity by imagining the different scenarios happening in the book. The characters look like how you want them to look, and the setting of the story can literally be anything from the visuals of Powerpuff Girls to the visuals and camera angles of La La Land. It's all up to you. Imagine writing a novel of your choice. Isn't that insane? Let's say you woke up with a weird ass dream that literally no one in the world can explain. Wouldn't it be so much fun to write all about it, make it more emotional or dramatic than what it already was, and then make another person read it? Again, similar to making a short film, it does not have to be John Green material. Because honestly, anything to get yourself started with is great. As long as you're exploring different ideas and challenging your writing skills, you're going on the right path. Although I've mentioned about 7 things you could do over this quarantine period, you will still get to a stage where you feel super duper lazy. That is absolutely alright. As long as you don't overdo something, you're still running on the right track. And remember that every day is a new opportunity to start something new. But that being said, don't wait till the next day to start whatever you're planning on starting. Try to start today instead. Even if you only end up writing 50 words of your novel, that's completely alright. As long as you started doing it, you're good. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to tell me what you have been doing over this quarantine time period. See you next week.